Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning to my lecturer and my dear classmate. My name is Najiha Husna binti Abdul Halim and today I will be presenting an article that I have selected under the topic of sale and purchase in estate agency practice. The article is titled Issues of Property Fraud and Prevention Strategies in the Perspective of Real Estate Negotiator in Johor, published in April 2025 in the International Journal of Research and Innovations in Social Science. This article is very relevant to what we are studying because it deals directly with the challenges that happen during the sale and purchase process of real estate in Malaysia that was happened particularly in Johor. Property transactions are some of the most valuable deals that people make in their lifetime. As a future real estate negotiator, we are responsible for ensuring these transactions happen smoothly, legally, and ethically. Unfortunately, as this article shows, property fraud is a serious and growing issue, especially in Johor, which is among the top 3 states with the highest number of the fraud cases. The article focuses on how real estate negotiator or RENs can play a crucial role in identifying, preventing, and reducing this fraud. One of the main findings from the article is that the most common type of property fraud in the sale and purchase process is fraud by alterations. This means someone illegally alters or manipulates documents such as title deeds, agreement, or ownership records. This is extremely dangerous because a simple change in the document can lead to a total different ownership. For example, a property might be sold using a forged name and the real owner may not even be aware of it until the buyer is already living in the house. The second most frequent type of fraud is mispresentation. This happens when false or misleading information is given about the property. For example, an agent may say that the land is freehold when it is actually leasehold, or they may hide the fact that the property is under a caveat or has unpaid taxes. Mispresentation like this can trap buyers in a serious legal and financial trouble after the sale is complete. Fraud identified in the article include forgery of documents, fake online listing, and credit card payment fraud, especially involving online transactions during booking or deposit payment. There have even been cases where hackers access a sensitive system and changes ownership record digitally. This type of scam often target buyers who are not familiar with the legal process or who trust the wrong people. The article also discusses several reasons why these frauds are happening. One of the biggest issues is the lack of proper identity verifications. Sometimes agents or lawyers do not properly verify the true identity of buyer or seller, especially in cash sales. This creates an opportunity for fraudsters to impersonate someone else and sell the property illegally. Another issue is the presence of illegal agents, people who are not registered under the Board of Valuers, Appraisers, Estate Agents and Property Manager or BOVIAP. These fake agents often use social media to advertise properties and trick people into paying deposit. In addition to that, the article highlights weaknesses in the legal system. For example, the enforcement of the Valuers, Appraisers and Estate Agents Act may not always be strong enough to catch and punish the culprits. Many buyers also do not do enough due diligence before signing the sale and purchase agreement, and this makes them. So, what can be done to improve this situation? Based on survey we registered rent in Johor, the article provides several solutions. The most important one is to implement strict identity verification process for all clients, both buyers and sellers. This means using IC check, biometric system and verification through the land office before any agreement is signed. This is simple step can prevent many fraud cases before they even happen. The second solution is to have regular training and education program for all real estate negotiators. This training should include case studies of real fraud accidents, how to detect red flags in documents, and how to follow the correct legal procedure. By educating agents continuously, we can build a more professional and trustworthy industry. Another important strategy is cooperation and information sharing among all parties involved in the sale and purchase process. These include agents, lawyers, banks, and government authorities. When we work together and communicate effectively, we can detect unusual transactions early and take action before any damage is done. The article also recommends more public awareness campaign to educate buyers on how to protect themselves, especially first-time home buyers. The public should be encouraged to check the rent registration number on the Boviap website before dealing with any agent. It also suggests that technology like blockchain can be used to create tamper-proof digital land titles in the future, reducing the chance of document alterations. In terms of values, this article highlights the very core of what estate agency practice is about. As REN, we must carry out our duty with integrity, ensuring that no one is misled. We must practice due diligence, meaning we must check everything, the title, the ownership, and the legality of the sale before allowing any deal to go through. We must be accountable for every transaction we handle because property sales involve people life saving. We must also remain professional by following the code of conduct issued by Bovia and always putting our clients' interests first. If we fail to address property fraud properly, the consequences can be devastating for everyone involved. Buyers may lose their hard-earned saving by purchasing a property that legally belongs to someone else. Sellers can face legal dispute or financial penalties if their property is fraudulently sold without their knowledge. Real estate negotiators who are careless or dishonest may lose their credibility, face disciplinary actions, or even have their registration revoked by Bovia. On a larger scale, widespread fraud weakens public confidence in the real estate market, discourages investment, and slows down economic growth. It also put pressure on our legal system as more cases are brought to court to resolve dispute. This is why prevention is not just a best practice, it is essential to protect the integrity of the entire sale and purchase process. In conclusion, this article has taught me that property fraud in the sale and purchase process is not just a legal issue, but also a values issue. It is our responsibility as a future real estate professional to not only know the law, but to also be honest, ethical, and vigilant in our practice. We must be the shield that protect our clients, not the weak point that lets fraud happen. With proper verifications, educations, and cooperations, I believe we can make Malaysia property market safer, more transparent, and more trusted by everyone. Thank you very much for your attention.